What's going on, party people? Let's be here. Back at it. We got another one here. Let's break some bread. Let's get together. Let's do what we come here to do. It's obvious I'm on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. It's the holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As you can see here, I'm just having fun, man. Just got in. You know what I'm saying? So we're having fun. So now, if this is the first time here, as always, you're welcome. And if you coming back, you already know, man. It's a pleasure having you guys in. You know what I'm saying? Let's break some bread. So what we do here, we talk about spirituality. Okay, so we talk about elevation. Trying to help you to align with your true self. You know what I'm saying? That's all we do. In so many words, we're showing love, baby. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know in essence, that's pretty much what we talk about. But the past couple videos, I've been giving out tips on how to align yourself to your true self. But most importantly, the last tip that I actually gave out, the last couple ones that I gave out, was about self-love, right? Hmm. It was pretty much about allowing you to love, but also loving yourself. But now, the one thing that I was thinking about, that I felt like, that's necessary to talk about, is that sometimes people, don't truly understand the difference between selfishness and self love. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of times, self love is not being looked on a positive way, only because of due to selfishness. But most importantly, it's a cultural issue too. Like, if you were to praise yourself, then you become vain, you're conceited, and things like that. That's why I tell niggas I'm conceited. You heard? But truly not, because there's a big difference between selfishness and a healthy love, like healthy self love. It's totally two different things. Let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. So, when you're talking about, or when you're referring to selfishness, what you're truly talking about is someone who's self centered, right? But most importantly, they only move according to their self interest. You know what I'm saying? And it will not stop at anything, or they would use other people for their personal benefits. Now, that's selfishness. You know what I'm saying? But self love, on the other hand, is totally different. It's knowing how to love yourself, because ironically, you know, the more you learn how to love yourself, the more you'll be able to love other people. It's two different things. I mean, even though they both self-centered, but the results are different. Ironically, just like I was saying, the more you love yourself, the more fulfilled you become on the inside. There's no need for you to trick other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love me so much, I'm not worried about you. Not in a negative way. I'm saying not worry about you in the sense of shit. In all aspects. To keep it 100. But most importantly too, like, also what I'm trying to say here is that by learning how to love yourself, you know how to treat somebody else. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, there's a sense of pride that I take out of it, but not in a sense of thinking that I'm better than nobody else, but it's because it gives me a sense of confirmation on how I value my values, if that makes any sense. So my pride comes from, you know, standing on my ground. Do you see what I'm saying? And maintaining myself. Do you see what I'm saying? So with that being said, of course, I do set a healthy boundary, between myself and other people. Not because I'm better or anything like that, but because I respect the self and I love myself too. Come on now, stop playing. Stop playing. I can't let anybody just walk on me. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, but that comes with self love and self respect, not necessarily looking to gain something else from somebody. Do you see what I'm saying? And the more you love yourself, the more you're able to, give a helping hand to somebody else because now you know what it takes, to truly help somebody else. You truly love. Do you see what I'm saying? So, in so many words, I wanted to talk about that because I didn't want it to be distorted because I realized that when I was talking about self love, that a lot of people may actually look at it the wrong way, referring to and and shit. And in so many words, that's the reason why that's what I'm saying. We learn how to repress ourselves, based on our cultural, background sometimes, especially in fucking America too. It's like, when you're trying to praise yourself, you're looking like you're being vain or you're conceited. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is not the case at all. It simply means that the way you are your self disciple, and that's what the meaning of the word discipline. And that's exactly what it means too. By the way, free Jews. You know what I'm saying? Free Jews. And what that means. Mm-hmm. Well, up player. Mm-hmm. What that means is, like you become a disciple of yourself, meaning, you're taking care of yourself, but most importantly, you're doing the things, it's all in the action. It's like you're treating yourself like you would treat somebody else. And by doing so, ironically, like I said, you know what I'm saying? And that's how happen to be, not just happen to be, but you learn how to appreciate other people. So again, I was talking about the sense of pride that I have, or anybody who loves themselves. You pride yourself based on your genuine accomplishment as a person. Like I'm fucking proud of myself. How if you know, you know. Do you see what I'm saying? But those who know, Marjorie, what's up, baby? I know you know, baby. That's my girl. I know you know. I got to be proud of myself. But that sense of pride, it doesn't come from me thinking that I'm better than nobody else. No, 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 no. In fact, it comes from understanding where I came from, as far as not knowing myself, developing myself, you know what I'm saying? And now this is what you're looking at. You see what I'm saying? So, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? And here's something else too, based on the culture that you in, sometimes you wouldn't praise somebody else because you're saying that person's gonna have a big head. So you're trying to keep every motherfucker with little heads. Oh shit, I'm bugging. I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? So some of us trying to keep motherfuckers with little heads. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not about that. Like for me, I will always compliment somebody. Do you see what I'm saying? Regardless on how they take it, that's on them. But being the person that I am, yo, like I'll give you a perfect example, right? Yo, this shit's gonna be well. I'm gonna keep it short. Like this brother, right? We work together. He always sees me. I could tell, like when you see me walking in, like sometimes if I were like, a good looking shirt, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The brother would look at me. The way he looked at me, I could tell he said, "Oh, I like that," but he wouldn't say it. First of all, I mean, maybe he's trying to, not trying to let me, like he ain't gay and shit. That's one. Two, you know what I'm saying? I may think I'm better than him. Who knows? And then three, shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Which has absolutely nothing to do with none of that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, but I wanted to make sure that a lot of people understand the difference between, and but a lot of it too, man. And the more you align yourself, taking pride in yourself, your accomplishment. I'm not saying external accomplishment. See, this is where the fake self and the true self kind of go in parallel, right? They go parallels, right? But but there's a fine line, and that fine line, shit, it's not even a fine line. It's a thick line, to be honest. But at the same time, it's a fine line because a lot of people sometimes get it distorted, thinking that being arrogant is self love, or maybe being all right, player, or being selfish is self love. Generally, selfishness. Generally comes from negative emotions. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I was giving myself before, or I got mistreated. Now I'm gonna start acting this way. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas self love is more like, you know what? I didn't appreciate myself. Now I'm learning how to appreciate myself. Now I'm gonna be better. So it's two different perspective here. Don't get it fucked up, niggas. Do not get this shit distorted. It's not the same thing at all. Because the more self confidence that you have, the more pride that you have about yourself, the more you love yourself in a healthy way. Because now we talked about the selfishness. I mean, this is not even love. It's just more of a defense. You know, what's the word that I'm looking for here? That people use to pretty much protect themselves. But most importantly, some people not only protecting themselves, but they're doing everything to use other people, or stepping on people's toes, man. You could walk without stepping on anybody's toes, man. You ain't got to step on nobody's toes. That's what we're saying with self love, though, and that's what makes it different from being selfish or selfishness. Do you see what I'm saying? And the more you align with yourself, it's like you become outside of the game, the better you're able to see society. Do you see what I'm saying? For what it truly is. The more you'll get to appreciate yourself, you'll get to see what's happening out there. And niggas are wilding. Literally wilding. Like savages. you know, when it comes to greediness and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like not being civilized, to be honest, if we're gonna call it what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? So someone who's selfish, for instance, wouldn't appreciate somebody showing them love. They would look at it as a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Niggas take kindness for weakness, man. What the fuck? Where do they do that at? But the one thing I also learned about that though, a lot of it is is cultural based. Do you see what I'm saying? Like shit, I was just sitting down and cracking myself up, right? So me being a Haitian man, right? Or me being Haitian, period, right? Like when I got to this country, man, you know what I'm saying? I went through what's called a culture shock, meaning, I had to adjust, or what I thought was normal, right, was not necessarily normal. Because this is the one thing you also gonna realize, and that's what in so many ways I'm very happy for it too, because it helps me to be more receptive to other people. Because sometimes, and that's why I encourage a lot of people to travel, man. Travel, nigga. Okay, speak another language, because speaking another language is like becoming another person. It's like it enables you to see things from a different perspective. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why it's good to mingle, man. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. Learn about another motherfucker's culture and learn out of it. You don't have to agree, but what would that do for you? It would open up your perspective as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like the more you are aligning to your true self, like I was saying, like I'll give you a perfect example. Like I would be fucking damn. I'll be damn, nigga. Like to look for society to honor me or to be respected in a society that's fucking unjust. But I can only see that by becoming myself. You know what I'm saying? That's like having pearls in a fucking desert. It has no value. That's why you don't cast wine before swine. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a waste of time. You don't do that. But what that has to do with culture, I mean, because your culture can also hold you back. And that's why it's important for you to open up your mind. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like, like I said, I was just cracking myself up because me having to go through like a culture shock, what I'm saying, in this country, in America, learning the American ways, it's like, oh, okay, that's how y'all niggas see it. Like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? And that's why I was cracking myself up. Like, for us Haitian motherfuckers, like, if you're looking to seduce a certain lady, right? The way we would do that, it would be, through conversation, talking, expressing yourself, coming up with lines. Like niggas that know what I'm talking about. That's why Haitian niggas are smooth niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of our culture. Because the way we go about seduction, it's not about winning per se, but it's more about the process. The things that we gotta say, and if she's listening, then you talk more. Do you see what I'm saying? And but the whole purpose was pretty much, what I'm saying, expressing yourself in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to get the bitch to think, listen, I'm gonna grab the stars and put it in your hand, baby. You know what I'm saying? But in America, you can't do that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's a different culture. You know what I'm saying? Like the art of seduction in fucking America is it's manipulation. You know what I'm saying? It's the battle of the sexes between the sexes. You know what I'm saying? It's like a motherfucker would like you or you would like a motherfucker, but you gotta act like you don't like them. And they gotta act like they don't like you either. You know what I'm saying? So whoever don't like each other more, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a power shit. Hey, I ain't judging it. I'm just saying. I had to learn the game. I'm like, oh, that's how y'all niggas get down. You know what I'm saying? So naturally speaking, if I were to introduce myself or even speak to, and that's the shit I had to learn like when I first got in high school. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like, and this is crazy too. I'm glad I'm talking about this shit. I want some bullshit tonight, nigga. Let's have some fun. You know what? Let's turn this shit into some Haitian experience, nigga. Cause I want some bullshit. So yeah. So when I got to the States, right? So that's where the culture shock comes in. So now you okay. So these niggas don't do that. So what do they do? Right. So that's why I was talking about like the fucking battle between the sexes. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, if you're trying to tell a bitch, like, yo, I'm digging you, I like to get to know you, but not just that, but, the whole spiel, right? So, like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? You know what I'm saying? They like it though, but when I started delving a little bit more, then I realized, it's a lot of pain in this culture, man. Like, like, it's like, this culture is so adolescent, man. It has adolescent traits all over it. But those who sees it. But again, by me saying the culture doesn't mean everybody's that way. All I'm saying is, the majority of people, and even the people that are that way, they act on that way, subconsciously. Not because, what I'm saying, they're doing that shit on purpose. And that's what the culture is too. Like when I was acting the way that I was acting, When let's say if I was talking to a girl, right, when I was acting that way, it was natural to me. Subconsciously, that's what I was doing because that's what everybody else is doing. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the same shit, but the adolescent traits are pretty much everywhere. That's why bitches love bad boys. That's some adolescent shit. That's why you'll see like the woman who actually grew up, or to become a lady. Now they're looking for something else in a man, more of a mature man. But the consensus, the majority of the people, that's why the more bad you are, the better you are. That's that adolescent shit. You know what I'm saying? The contradiction, being edgy, you know what I'm saying? The instant gratification. You got to get it now. I'm saying? Fast food restaurant nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging. I'm just saying. Again, I hope nobody's offended. Just the shit nigga I had to learn. Shit, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, nigga. Shit. Give a nigga a break. You know what I'm saying? So, again, now I could see sometimes why some people would say that, most Americans are stupid. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I can see what they're trying to say. That's what I'm saying. Because of that adolescent traits that we have and the way we project it. You know what I'm saying? Instant gratification, you know, like women would look for like the bad boys. Like other niggas gotta be bad boys and shit. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me get my shit. That got me tripping. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm saying all of this too because it's all related to you aligning yourself to your true self. Because once you align yourself to your true self, you become more global. Like for me, I don't restrain myself to like just the shit that I know. Shit, yo, if I show you my fucking music list, this shit is fucking eclectic. I got songs that I listen to that I don't even fucking understand, but that shit is good. I listen to it. Mm-hmm. But most motherfuckers wouldn't do that. Like, no, what the fuck's that shit, man? I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Shut the shit down. I'm saying, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, by aligning to yourself, it open up your consciousness. That's how you become cosmic. That's how you get to appreciate not just people for who they are and how different that they are too. You get to appreciate other people's differences. So that's why I'm saying, niggas, I'm not trying to get at nobody. I'm just talking my shit. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Because this topic could be very sensitive. I know, nigga. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was in college, right? I had this. What do you call that? It was a speech class, and the whole purpose of the class, we had to, speak. It was a public speaking, in fact, and but for you to speak in front of the class, you would have to come up with a topic. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I was trying to find some of the shit that, that I was familiar with. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the one topic that I talk about, niggas was wilding. Even the teacher was wilding. At the end, the nigga told me, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna talk about because niggas could be very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a live. I learned my lesson then. It was just me being honest, as I am now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So I was talking about it was sex and alcohol on how, what I'm saying, like the way we look at alcohol in Haiti, was totally different from the way niggas looking at alcohol over here. Even sex too, man. Sex over here is like it's violence, man. In fact, niggas would rather watch a violent movie instead of talking about sex. Because sex is the ultimate violence. You know what I'm saying? And you can also see that too in the language. What do niggas be saying? We're gonna nail that bitch. We're gonna bang that bitch, nigga. Banging that pussy. You know what I'm saying? Bitches be saying that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut that nigga dick off. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of violence going on here. Oh, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? But again, even if you go back to the whole seduction thing, how to approach a lady and all that shit. You know that shit over here straight up is straight up straight up manipulation. It's the battle of the sexes. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta act like the more you don't give a fuck. So it's like you would have a good conversation with a nigga one day, and the next day the nigga would just flip on you. Because it's a mind game. That's what the manipulation is. You know what I'm saying? There's no honesty. There's no, that shit's put back, which would take me to the next thing too. That also show you that's why you motherfuckers don't talk about love over here too. Yo, you could see it in the shows. Everybody's calling. It's like, hey, no finance, no romance. You already know what that is. Eddie Murphy spoke on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, don't. I'm just repeating this shit. But most importantly, I understand it too because I went through that culture shock. But most importantly too, like for me, it was the culture shock. But for other people, is there? I mean, in so many ways, the culture shock is also a sense of awareness too. It's me understanding, okay, and then adopting. So it's adaptation, understanding, and then you just flow. You see what I'm saying? So you'll see like most women, even in their 30s, mid 30s and up, what I'm saying, still have that adolescent way of looking at things. Hmm. All men, you know what I'm saying? That's why the niggas, even in fucking hip hop, you see that shit. Yo, I can't recall which documentary I was watching, but a lot of niggas had to hide their true age because they got to appeal, to the, I guess, I don't know, youth. I mean, not necessarily appealing to the youth, but they got to sound young, and that's why you have all this bullshit, man. Look at fucking little Wayne. You got to be a weirdo. You got to be edgy, contradictory. Like you got to be all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then when you become all of that, yeah, nigga, you good. Nigga, you good. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's within the subconscious mind and the conditioning, the culture itself. And that's why, in so many ways, too, like as you trying to align yourself to your true self, it was going to help you to overcome those cultural restriction or boundaries that you have. AKA, as I've been talking about, that's what the shadow work is about. Now you're becoming more cosmic, more open, more of a global person instead of being restricted to one thing. You know what I'm saying? you wouldn't give a compliment to another motherfucker because you're gonna make sure that you know what I'm saying you keep his head small. You know what I'm saying? Even to think of that, that shit's crazy, man. So if you truly understand everything that I'm saying, it's literally wilding. It's like subconsciously you pretty much acting like a savage. I mean like a fucking savage. Like savages. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go too much into that, but but if you understand, you understand. But again, this is not about, you know, it's none of it, this is educational purposes, for you to acknowledge, but most importantly, when we're talking about the self love, right? Because as you're going in, you're understanding, you're embracing yourself and understanding those differences within yourself. You know what I'm saying? For you to be aligned with yourself. That's what we're talking about here, baby. We ain't here for no drama. You see me smoking, doing my thing. We ain't here for no drama, baby. Hmm. So that's why, I wanted to make sure that you understand the difference between selfishness, because a lot of people think self love is actually selfishness when that is not the case. Self love open you up. It helps you to love other people. It helps you to know how to express yourself. Whereas selfishness, you're not expressing yourself. Yes, like you're looking for, I mean, you have your self interest, but not expressing yourself. And you wouldn't even stop for like a stop sign, nigga. Because you become so heartless, it's more about the game. There's no feeling. There's no, and what makes us, divine or human, however the fuck you want to look at it, is those emotions. And that has nothing to do with fucking being weak, man. When did showing love makes you weak? Whoa. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? See, that's another reason why I love myself too. Because now I get to see how niggas think. You know what I'm saying? And then when you think I'm weak, well, I'll stick your dick in, nigga. Stick that dick in, nigga. You see what I'm saying? So it is true. People take kindness for weakness. It is true, man. Do you see what I'm saying? So, but when you truly align with yourself, that wouldn't even bother you because you know you align with yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? And never, and here's something else too, like, and that goes for men and women. Like, that's why you don't want to be with anybody who doesn't know how to express themselves. Oh, you don't want to do that. Mm-mm. Run, dog. Run. You got time, nigga. Run. No. In fact, I think Muhammad Ali. That's my dog too. Man, I love this nigga. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? This nigga said some shit about, and that has been my thing too. That's why if I'm going out with a woman, I would see how you treat the waitress or the waiter. Because if you treat them like shit, bitch, you the shit, not the shit. You shit, straight up. You shitty. Do you see what I'm saying? People that have true self love don't take advantage of other people, man. You help other people because again, you are satisfied in you. You see what I'm saying? But again, let's just recap. 34 shit, man. I was just about to get on my shit too. But the gram has a certain amount of time that you gotta talk and shit. YouTube and all that shit would take forever to fucking upload. And I know you motherfuckers too, like probably don't want to hear me talking all that shit, but you know what I'm saying? I want some shit. So when I get up this shit, I'm gonna start cracking myself up. But it was just funny, man, like understanding the different culture, but most importantly being aware, on because part of doing your shadow work, it goes a long way. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like as you start looking at the sunshine, the shadows is falling away. That's why to do your shadow self or your shadow work, you have to become more enlightened. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is what I learned along the way because I've read so many different books on doing the shadow work. They're giving you exercises. I mean, which definitely work too. But the true shadows work comes in when you start to elevate. And as you're elevating, those insecurities will start showing up. That's when you start being like, oh shit, I was insecure in that way. I was this, I was that, I was that. You know what I'm saying? But it comes with awareness. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, learn a different language. Talk to other people, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Listen to a different type of music. Do whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna open up your mind. Your senses, the person that you are. Because ultimately, we are all the same. But when you talk about a culture or a nation, technically you're just being programmed a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is, my niggas. Now, with that being said, it's always love. You know what I'm saying? Patreon, check out the Patreon people. Now, again, Patreon, man, we're trying to build a community. Okay, so I'm gonna have a lot more videos on. I have a lot more videos on there. And, I talk a little more serious. Okay, uh, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna get this, but I go a little more deeper into certain things. So we built that. Let's you know what I'm saying? Let's work, man. Let's do it. Let me see what else. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Becoming aware, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of shit I wanted to say about the whole culture shit. Not just this culture, but in general. You know what I'm saying? And also in so many words, I gave you a little bit of the Haitian culture, as far as the seduction part of it. You know what I'm saying? There's other aspect, not necessarily good though. I mean, don't get me fucked up. Like, part of my shadow works, there's a few things I had to be like, nigga, nah. We ain't doing that. So, but I have a video on that too. You know what I'm saying? That I did. When did I do that shit? Friday? Oh, I was on some shit Friday, that, I went in a little bit more, but the whole purpose of the cultural contrast wasn't, to blame who's better, who's less better. The whole thing is, to be aware, to embrace it. And then that's when you get to understand, like let's just say somebody who lives in France. I have my cousin who was actually born in France. That nigga had a whole different perspective. My aunt, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Alcohol, it's a whole different perspective. Niggas don't drink alcohol to get drunk. They drink it as part of their meal, just so, it's part of the experience. Now, us in America, nigga, you know what I'm saying? We look at food as a fuel, meaning we're not in touch with what we're eating. And Dr. Lila Africa touched on that too. So part of our heritage as African people, we have connection with our food. We say grace in our food. That's because not because of just, making sure that the food good. No, there's a connection. We understand we're exchanging our energy with the food and what it does to your body. Do you see what I'm saying? And you understand too the intention you're putting into your food as it going in into your body because we're talking all energy here. Do you see what I'm saying? So versus, when you look at a culture that looks at it as being fuel, Mhm. I'm gonna give you guys this last one. You know what I'm saying, Jewel, man. You know what I'm saying. Yo, you ever ask yourself why? And I just told you about the music industry who wants, like they would hide the nigga age because they want them, because they know this is a fucking adolescent like culture. They know that shit. What? You think those marketing people are wasting? Nah, nigga. In fact, I was driving by. I was where the fuck was I? And I saw Jared. Yo, I was laughing so hard because whenever you see the Jared, um, what is it? Everything start with a kiss. So when I saw that, that was the first thing that popped in my mind. But my ego blocked it though, because that's my protection. I'm like, yo, bud, don't fall for that shit. Do you mean every kiss start with fucking Jared? The fuck is that shit? Do you see what I'm saying? So it's no coincidence if you see what I'm saying, right? Yo, if you get on the fucking highway, if you, I don't know, if you're driving from here to wherever the fuck you're driving to, you'll notice every rest area or in most places you go to where you're gonna fill up your tank, your car, there's food, nigga. I know some of you may say this is a stretch. I'm telling you, it's not. This is done by design, man. Because they know motherfuckers over here, you look at food like, you know what I'm saying? It's just fuel. So in Jersey, because I went to high school in Jersey, right? So in Jersey's the only state that I know, where motherfuckers would actually pump your gas for you. So what I'm trying to say is a nigga could literally ask you which one of the tank you trying to fill up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that was a little bit corny. But what I'm trying to say is because we look at our body as a vehicle, as a fucking vehicle, right? So, we look at food, as fuel. So we're gonna fuel ourselves. Do you see what I'm saying? And with that being said, you don't have a connection to your food. Whereas in other cultures, do you see what I'm saying? But all I'm trying to say here, niggas, not just to align to yourself. Shit, that is the point. To align with your true self. That would enable you because when you align with your true self, just like I was saying, it removes you. That's how we're moving in the shadow. Oh, I'm a ninja over here, baby. You move in the shadow because now you're not looking to please other people. You stand to yourself. You're doing your thing. So, damn, 42 minutes. This should be bugging. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Then you have a connection with your food, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, that's why niggas be eating all kind of bullshit. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying this is educational purposes here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fuel. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta eat, man. And then the instant gratification, you gotta have it now. I want my money and I want it now. Did you see that commercial? Who can relate? I want my money and I fucking want that shit now. Niggas be wildin', B. But anyway, with that being said, nothing but love. I just wanted to, what I'm saying, come in real quick and, drop the shit. Join the fucking Patreon. I'm going to put the link. There's a lot more to talk about. And also, I offer consultation, okay, where if you're going through the dark night of the soul, which I hope that you're going through, because that's your transformation, baby. Depression, anxiety, that's what's going to take you to the next level. That's how you transform. You know what I'm saying? That's how you come from being the caterpillar. Now you becoming a butterfly, a whole new person. But for you to do that, as we say in the occult world, you have to shed your scans off. Like the serpent. That's why we use the serpent. The serpent is the only animal because you got to understand the occult or in African spirituality, right? We use nature because nature teaches us everything that we know. Nature is God. Nature is our brother. Nature is you, baby. You're nature. You know what I'm saying? Just like a plant grow, you grow too. Mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying? And all that shit. Now with that being said, Nothing but love. You already know how I'm gonna, how I gotta sign out. Aisha.